all my favorite movies in like one spot pretty much. So, starting from the beginning. Hello guys, I'm Alicia and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a very exciting video. I will be going through my whole entire movie collection. So let's get right into it. Next I have the PG-13 movies finally got here, and starting off the PG-13 movies, you know, just a little scandalous. We have Breakfast at Tiffany's. This is actually underrated, so I don't really know, but I just put it in here. It's an old movie, a movie classic. I'd probably give this like a 4 out of 5. I don't know, it just didn't really, I feel like there wasn't enough plot to it, but it's like honestly a work of art, and like people study it in classes and stuff, so it's a really good movie. Ever After, as it says, it's a Cinderella story, and I think I'm a little sick of Cinderella stories. Something about it just didn't really work for me. It wasn't a good Cinderella story in my opinion, but probably like a 3.5 out of 5. Next is Something Borrowed. It's a really cute movie. It's a really good movie about like, it's a romantic comedy, I believe. We haven't watched it in a while, and I feel like I'm really fuzzy on the details, but it's a really good movie anyway, really good. Bohemian Rhapsody, when this came out, pretty much this was like the biggest deal, and this is honestly how I got introduced to Queen. Really good music, really good like group in general, but something, I don't know, this movie just wasn't as exciting as they hyped it up to be, so I'd probably give this like a 4 out of 5. The songs are really good, but there is a reason it's PG-13, and it has like a lot of that more adult version, which is completely true, and I think the actor who played Freddie Mercury was really good and played him really well. But again, there's a lot of critics around this movie and a lot of people that love it, so I feel like I'm somewhere in between. I don't really know. That's all I can say pretty much. Next is The Bucket List. Wow, this is an interesting movie. I feel like it's pretty much very similar to Secondhand Lion. For some reason they just kind of go hand in hand for me, which is like, that's a more PG movie. And this one, the ending is very, very sad. Like, I don't know, it's like it has a gloomy feel to it. But Morgan Freeman is really good. Such a good movie. I actually really want to watch this again, but it has a more gloomy mood to it. So, but then it has a lot of like, I don't know, it's a good movie. Anyway, good movie, so we'll probably give it like a 4 out of 5 just because it's so gloomy, and that's just way too gloomy for me. Italian Job, literally my dad's favorite movie, so we've seen this multiple times. It is a really good movie, like a heist movie. They pull off this heist pretty much, and I don't know, I love this movie. It's a really good movie. I think I've grown to love it. Something about the whole entire like heist, police, like figuring out, solving mystery type of thing. Like, if that makes any sense, it's all kind of related, and this movie kind of has it all. So I give this like a 5 out of 5. The Terminal. Literally, Tom Hanks, such a good movie, by far my favorite movie that Tom Hanks is in. He gets stuck in a terminal and he has to stay there and doesn't speak like almost any English, and it's just brilliant. He's such a good actor, and this movie is just amazing. I don't know what else to say. 5 out of 5. The Devil Wears Prada. I absolutely freaking love this movie. This movie is so good. I don't know, I've seen this way too many times. Like fashion, Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, Streep. I don't know how to say her name properly, but it's absolutely brilliant, absolutely amazing. Love this movie. Probably 25 out of 5. By far my favorite movie. I watched it way too many times and my family is sick of it, but I will never be sick of this. And next is Intern. Anne Hathaway. We actually just finished watching this movie. Again, Anne Hathaway trend, but she is so brilliant in this movie. It's about fashion, like Devil Wears Prada, but in this one she has her own business, and I absolutely love this movie. It's like a heartfelt movie, if that makes any sense. So like it's, anyway, literally would recommend this so much, like 25 out of 5. Literally these two right now are probably my favorite movies, and I recommend them to literally every single person. And if you're watching 2 movies out of this whole entire thing, out of this whole entire day, watch these 2. These 2 are the best thing in the world. Okay, these are literally pretty much where it's at. So this is like the whole entire dystopian, historical dystopian type movies, and they're so good. So I'm just gonna start it right off the bat. So The Matrix, we have the first one. I'm pretty sure there's a series, but it is one of those older movies and like a movie classic pretty much. But again, something about the older, like the oldness of it, kind of I like less pretty much. So I'd probably give this like a 3.5 out of 5. It's a really good movie, and I feel like everyone's seen it, so it's like a staple movie pretty much. But just something about like the oldness of it, just, it's not my favorite. The Fifth Element. This is an interesting movie. Again, like one of those dystopian type movies. She like this girl pretty much gets, like, I don't know, it's a very complicated movie, but it's also really good, so I'd probably give this a 4 out of 5. The Day After Tomorrow. It's pretty much kind of based in today's time, and it's about like global warming and all that kind of stuff and like the risks of that. So I feel like it's a very relevant movie. It is slightly older, but it's a really good movie. Wait, Jake Gyllenhaal's in it. I didn't realize that. Anyway, this is a really good movie. I would recommend it for one of those like dystopian type movies of like our world's problems gone bad pretty much. So this is a really good movie. I'd probably give this like a 4 out of 5. The Island has Scarlett Johansson, and she is an amazing actress in Marvel and all that kind of stuff. And this movie is a very like intense. It's about cloning and all that kind of stuff. So it's one of those very complicated movies, and it's a really good movie. Anyway, I would really recommend it. We watched it recently. I'd probably give like a 4.5 out of 5. It's a really good movie. I'd recommend it anyway. So next, getting into this series of movies, we have a lot. So let's start out with Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean. They're really good. I'd say just, I don't know, something about the Pirates of the Caribbean just didn't really like stick with me, if that makes sense. Like there are like other movies in this genre just I liked more. But these are really good movies. I'd really recommend them. Again, movie staples, pretty much everyone's seen them. So I'd probably give them a 4.5 out of 5. Lord of the Rings. So actually I think I only watched the first one. Yeah, I only watched like one of them and clips of the other one. The book is really good. That's all I can really say. I haven't seen large portions of them. Again, they're like a very dark, gloomy setting to the movie that I'm not the biggest fan of, because I don't know, something like, for me, like emotionally, I just like can't handle it. But they're really good movies. I would recommend them, but just they're not my thing, if that makes sense. So I'd probably give them like a 4 out of 5. Star Wars, the movies. That's all I can say. So like the first, it's really confusing. So these came out first, and then these, and then this trilogy that we only have the first one of. So like A New Hope and all that kind of stuff is really good. This trilogy is really good, like the before that pretty much, and then the after that is also really good. I think we've seen like all the Star Wars movies ever because my dad and brother just really enjoyed them. But love BB-8. Yeah, I don't know, something about Star Wars, I guess it's just not quite for me. But I did enjoy watching these, and I would recommend them, so it's 4.5 out of 5. So taking a dive more into like, I'd say more of a past setting, Narnia. The books are amazing, and I would recommend reading the books. And they came out with 3 movies from the books: Prince Caspero, A Voyage of the Dawn Treader, and The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. This is the first, and I can't remember which one of these is. Oh, this one is like the second movie, and this is the third. So these are really good. I really enjoyed them. I love this whole entire world. I love like Narnia and like the closet thing. It's just, I don't know, it's a really good movie series, and I really recommend this. So 4.5 out of 5. Percy Jackson series. I actually did not read the books, but I know a lot of people did, and like the people that did read the books have a lot of critiques for the movies. That, like, the way I can say that. But I love the movies. There's such a good setting, such a good just like mystical, like, I don't know, something about like Greek mythology was really intriguing to me. I feel like it's a lot like kind of minier version of the Harry Potter series, if that makes any sense. Just like a completely different, it's really good. They're not related, but like I feel like it's that style of movie. So I really enjoyed both of these. I think The Lightning Thief is my favorite out of these 2, but I really would recommend this series, so like 4.5 out of 5. Okay, getting into the better movies, I would say, is more of the dystopian movies. I love dystopian books and movies with a passion. They're like one of my favorite like series, as you can probably tell, which like most of these are more dystopian. So the Divergent series, I actually read this book and I love the book series, couldn't put it down. And I was like, oh, they came out with a movie, so like natural step would be to buy the movies and watch all of them. But I'd have to say I'm slightly disappointed. The first one is so much better than the last one. Like there's 3. It's a 3-book series, like a trilogy, and there's 3 movies, and it's just like a 3-part set pretty much. This is a 3-part set. And the first movie is so much better than the third movie, but just something about, like, I don't know if it's the actors' chemistry or, like, the directing or something about it just didn't bring quite enough justice to the books. So I'd probably give this a 4 out of 5, but I would really highly recommend the books. Okay, I don't know where to go next because there's literally, like, 4 movies. 4 movies. So I'm just going to start, okay? This is kind of... Here, let's start with this one. So Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Wow. So I feel like it's a very Harry Potter style movie. I think it's not the same company, but it's still like very close. This is like a very mystical, set in the past. It just made ice, like our ice machine. So it's like set in the past and like pretty much like Harry Potter, but like not. It's a good movie, but comparing it to Harry Potter, it's not as good, but I did enjoy this. We did watch this multiple times, so I'd probably give this like a 4 out of 5, to be completely honest. It's a good movie. I did enjoy it, but just not as great as I wanted it to be. So I think these kind of go hand in hand, but I'm going to start with Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, like a continuance of the Harry Potter series. I'm talking about Harry Potter a lot, but it's a really good movie, so we're gonna get there. But this movie is so good. I think the Harry Potter series is amazing, and then like the movies that came after, like the Crimes of Grindelwald that we watched but we don't have, is really good too. And this one is just absolutely amazing, like all the creatures and explaining more of that. And I loved this movie. So 5 out of 5. Next is Harry Potter, like the whole entire. Like, this is the movie set, so like all 8 movies. I think by far the first one is my favorite, but like all of them just kind of like that rotates, if that makes any sense, like it changes. I think this, like, it starts out being like more like PG and then it becomes more PG-13 as like it just grows. J.K. Rowling is amazing. The books were spectacular, and the movies I think are still really good. Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, and Ron Weasley's character. I forgot his name. I don't know. But just like all the actors are so great. I think by far my favorite character has to be Sirius Snape. Severus Severus. My favorite character by far has to be Severus Snape. I don't know, something about his character and just like the conniving, mysterious, I don't know, just like the mystery behind him is so great. I absolutely love this movie. 25 out of 5. Honestly, I would recommend this so much. The last of this is the Hunger Games series. So I feel like I watched this before the Divergent series, and I felt like the Divergent series had to like live up to this, which it honestly just doesn't. I think they did an amazing job casting this, and all the actors are just so great, and Josh Hutcherson and Jennifer Lawrence have the best movie chemistry, and I don't know, just such a good movie series. And my favorite thing, the first one is so good, and like the first movie has to be my favorite, but this is a must-watch series. It is so good, and I would recommend this like 25 out of 5. Okay, we've finished, but I feel like I owe it to you guys to pretty much sum it up and say all my favorite movies in like one spot pretty much. So, starting from the beginning, I would really recommend Parental Guidance and Daddy Daycare. These are amazing family movies, and if you haven't seen them, you have to go and see them now. They are the best thing. We watched them so many times. Such great movies. Next is The Sound of Music. If you like musicals in any way, literally The Sound of Music is such a good musical, and one of my, by far my favorite musical. And I would recommend this to everyone to go watch like right now. It's such a good movie. Again, if you don't like musicals, then like, I don't know, but you should go watch it anyway. Dolphin Tale series. These are so good. Such a just like great message, and I absolutely love these. When I was slightly younger, I would really recommend these to go and watch now. It has a great message, has a great story. Anyway, go watch this now. Next are the Hunger Games series and the Harry Potter series. If you haven't watched this, I don't know what you're doing. You have to watch these now, because these are just movie classics, and you just literally, for life, you need these 2 movies. You need to watch, not 2 movies, like there's like, math, 12 movies in both of these series, but these are staples and you need to watch them now. Anyway, so great. And literally my favorite movies I think of all time are Devil Wears Prada and Intern. I don't know, something about them just I love. So that is that, and I would really recommend you guys to watch them. I don't know what else to say. Literally these movies are absolute gold, and you need to watch them. Like, all of these movies, these are just, in my mind, so great. Like, I don't think these compare to these. Does that make any sense? So all of these movies have completely different genres, and they just have completely different stories and completely different areas, and just genres just don't compare. But these are literally my favorite movies. If I had to watch 2 movies for the rest of my life, these would be these. And if I could make everyone watch 2 movies, it would be these. I think I've made my family watch these 2 movies, and like all our friends watch these 2 movies. Yeah, that is that. So that is that. I got through all the movies that we own pretty much on disc. So those are my top movie recommendations. My opinions on all the movies that we have acquired over the years. So I hope that you guys can use this as like a movie watching guide if you're thinking about watching some new movies and you want some like insider secrets about them. So if you watched any of these movies, or you really want to watch one of these movies, leave a like down below so I would know. And if you have any other movie recommendations for me, comment down below. I would love to hear them. I'm always looking for great movies to watch. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing day. Love you guys so much. Bye.